Ute elders, ethnobotanists, and land managers have worked together to document many of the plants and trees that have been important sources of food, materials, and medicine for Ute people.
Many years ago, who these people were, and they weren't like us. They were very serious because their main goal was to survive every day in and day out. Go hunt, process that, and think about what are you gonna have for dinner tomorrow or something. That's their whole life, survival. And so I like to come out and I think I can feel the energy that they had to walk where they walked.
I think not only plants are interesting, but I think they're important. They're an important part of whoever lives here. We're all connected to place. And learning what they are, how to use them, how to protect them, how to manage them, I think connects all the people to where we're at.
In 2018, a group of Ute elders, scientists, and Ute youth visited sites in the San Luis Valley to discuss and record plants in different mountain ecosystems. The ethnobotanists and elders discussed how Ute people traditionally use different grasses, plants, and trees.
And you'd beat the grass head and knock the seeds into the basket.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't harvest them like this, you just get the grain. And then since these have awns that are not edible and pointy even, you burn the whole thing, singe it. Singing removes the papery, sticky parts, and leaves you good food. So aromatic sumac's a good name. Skunk bush, sumac, lemon. There's some names about lemon. You can use the berries to make a lemonade substitute. A lot of people like. And it's highly medicinal. And I don't know about for the Ute, but it's a great basketry plant. And the way you manage that is you actually cut the whole thing off or burn it, and the young shoots come back straight like this one. You could see that whole shoot. I may cut that now I'm talking about it. Shoot, take that one off. If you can imagine, if you had it just a little bit straighter, and this stuff bends, they wove with it.
And I want to show you this one where I swear it was like a big burl. What's it called? A burl on a pondo. And man, somebody was chipping away at this thing to make a bowl out of it, because I know you guys used to do that out of the pot plants too.
See them bowls?
And never made it, never got it all the way. It couldn't get in there all the way.
Some of them bowls that are on top of a rock like this, some of them are big like this. What they did was get acorns, and they bleached them. They took all the bitterness out of it so they could use the pulp of the acorns. So they took all the bitterness so that...
To get all that, what do they call that? The tannins.
Yeah, the tannin out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Then after they did that, I don't know how many times they would do that, but they would soak them for a while and then take them out, take the water out, put fresh water in there, put them back in there. And the sun would heat it. So, so it would be warm water. So they would soak them as long as they could.
So it's kind of cooking it a little bit. Okay.
So then they would start cracking them open and use the pulp.
Somebody had to go back way long time ago and strip the bark and taste it. And they would say, well, this is a good tree, sweet tree. Then people would come and use it and take all that off. But somebody had to test it out before. But also, some of my elders, they said, they also used aspen. Some aspen, they said, tastes sweet. And I said, it was Big Spoon and Thomas. They said, no. I said, sometimes it tastes, some aspen tastes sweet. And if they couldn't find the trees like this, the pine trees, they would use the aspen. But somewhere along the way, some people tested it way before our elders, and they found out that it could be used as medicine too. The sap, it could be used as medicine. So
The Ute elders explain the many different ways that Ute people used the juniper tree, also called a cedar.
The bark on the cedar was to make, they used to use it to weave, like for your sandals. They used to use that also. And they also use it for that real fine, and they wrap it in buckskin and they put it in the cradle board. So that give it that good aroma, that cedar aroma in that cradle board. That's what they use the bark for also. And they also use the bark for the saddles. They put that bark with between deer hides and make it maybe a couple of inches thick. So that was their saddle pad. So that was the earlier version of saddles for the native people. Also, they used it for for starting fires. They carry that around with them. That cedar bark, carry around with them. So when they're camped, they use that, and then they use a flint to start that fire. So once that starts to smolter a little bit, you blow on that, and that fire starts to burn, and then you put it under the wood. And the other thing that they used to use it for was to make padding for you to sleep on. They didn't use it like you see it. They kind of crushed it up so make it softer. So they make a padding out of that for your bedding.
How this tree has a lot of uses to our people, like
saddles,
cradle boards,
bedding,
and storing food to keep animals out,
and fire.
and fire too.